What if your body could warn you about a stroke before the big one ever struck? What if days or even weeks beforehand it sent up a flare, a brief, easily dismissed signal that something was wrong, giving you a precious window to act and possibly prevent a catastrophe? Here's the remarkable truth. In many cases, it does. And the tragedy is that most people don't recognize the warning, or they wait for it to pass, when waiting is the most dangerous thing they could do. I want to be calm and clear with you today, because this is serious, but knowledge here is genuinely life-saving. A stroke is one of the leading causes of disability and death in older adults, yet so much of the harm can be reduced by recognizing the signs early and acting fast. This might be one of the most important videos you ever watch, for yourself or for someone you love. We went through the research and the guidance from stroke specialists, and today I'm going to explain what a stroke actually is, the warning signs that can appear before one, the simple test that helps you recognize a stroke in the moment, and exactly what to do. So stay with me to the end, because there's one specific warning event that doctors consider a major red flag for an oncoming stroke, and far too many people make the fatal mistake of ignoring it because it goes away on its own. I'll make absolutely sure you know what it is. First, let me explain what a stroke is, simply. Your brain needs a constant supply of oxygen-rich blood, delivered through its arteries. A stroke happens when that supply is suddenly interrupted, usually because a clot blocks an artery in the brain. And starved of blood, brain cells begin to die within minutes. That's why a stroke is sometimes called a brain attack, and why time is everything. The faster blood flow is restored, the more brain can be saved. In plain terms, a stroke is a brain emergency where every minute counts. Now, let's talk about the warnings. Quick favor before we go on. This is information that can save a life, so please tap that like button to help it reach more people, and share it with someone you care about. All right, let's continue, calmly and clearly. Let me start with the warning event I promised, because it's the most important thing here. We'll call it the warning shot. Sometimes the blood supply to part of the brain is blocked only briefly and then restores itself. This causes stroke-like symptoms that appear suddenly and then completely disappear within minutes to a few hours. Doctors call this a transient ischemic attack, or a mini-stroke. Here is the crucial part. Please hear this. A mini-stroke is not a false alarm. It is one of the strongest warning signs that a major stroke may be coming, sometimes within days. In plain terms, a mini-stroke is your body firing a warning shot, and it must be treated as an emergency, even though the symptoms went away. The deadly mistake people make is feeling relieved when it passes and deciding to wait and see. Please do the opposite. If stroke-like symptoms appear and then resolve, call emergency services anyway, because it may be your one chance to prevent the big one. So, what do those warning symptoms actually look like? Whether they pass quickly as a mini-stroke or persist as a full stroke, the signs are the same, and they come on suddenly. Sudden numbness or weakness, especially on one side of the body, in the face, arm, or leg. Sudden confusion, or trouble speaking or understanding. Sudden trouble seeing in one or both eyes. Sudden trouble walking, dizziness, or loss of balance. Or a sudden severe headache with no known cause. In plain terms, the key word is sudden, a symptom that appears out of nowhere. Any of these, even briefly, is a reason to act. Now, let me give you the simple tool that helps you recognize a stroke in the moment, used around the world. We'll call it the FAST test, spelled F-A-S-T. F is for face. Ask the person to smile and look for one side of the face drooping. A is for arms. Ask them to raise both arms and watch for one arm drifting downward. S is for speech. Ask them to repeat a simple sentence and listen for slurred or strange speech. And T is for time. If you see any of these signs, it's time to call emergency services immediately. In plain terms, face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty, time to call for help. Memorize those 4 letters, FAST. They are simple enough to recall in a crisis, and they could save a life. And here's what to do, which is just as important as recognizing the signs. If you suspect a stroke, call your local emergency number right away. Do not wait, do not lie down to see if it passes, and do not drive yourself or have someone drive you unless there's truly no other option, because emergency responders can begin care on the way and get the person to the right place fastest. Note the time the symptoms started, because that information is vital to the medical team. In plain terms, the single most important action is to call for emergency help immediately. With stroke, lost time is lost brain. Let me also remind you of the risk factors you can work on, because the best stroke is the one that never happens. High blood pressure is the single biggest risk factor, so managing it matters enormously. The irregular heart rhythm called atrial fibrillation, which we cover in another video, raises stroke risk substantially. And high cholesterol, diabetes, smoking, and inactivity all play a role. In plain terms, the same heart-healthy habits we talk about throughout this channel are also your best protection against stroke. So let's bring it together. A stroke is a brain emergency where minutes matter. A mini-stroke, brief stroke symptoms that resolve on their own, is a powerful warning that can precede a major stroke by days and must never be ignored. The warning signs all come on suddenly: weakness on one side, trouble speaking, vision or balance trouble, a severe sudden headache. The FAST test helps you recognize it, and calling emergency services immediately is what saves brain and lives. Now I want to hear from you. Gently. Drop a comment and tell me, had you ever heard that a mini stroke can warn of a bigger one days before? And share this with someone if it might help them. We read every comment here at Build After 50, and spreading this knowledge genuinely saves lives. And before you go, the next video you should watch is right here. It's about a hidden heart rhythm called atrial fibrillation that quietly raises stroke risk, and how to check for it yourself. It connects directly to today's topic and could protect you further. If you're new here, Build After 50 publishes research-based health videos every week, made specifically for adults over 50 who want to stay safe, healthy, and independent. Hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss one. One important note before we close: everything we share here at Build After 50 is for educational purposes only. It's grounded in research, but it is not a substitute for personalized medical advice or emergency care. If you ever suspect a stroke or mini-stroke in yourself or anyone else, call emergency services immediately. Do not wait for anything. Your quick action matters more than any video ever could. Here's the thought I'll leave you with. Knowing these